KBC Radio Taifa inakuletea Pwani Night. Pata raha kwa muziki ya kipwani.
Karembo, 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 karembo. Kipenzi, nakuona kama zawadi.
Vyakula vya kipwani na msisimko wa kipekee. Ungana na watangazaji wote wa Radio Taifa katika tamasha hili la kukata na shoka. Pwani Night. Mambo kipwani pwani, fika mwenyewe, usingojee kuhadithiwa.
We now take a look at the latest in business with me, Caroline Jenga. Kenya is set to unveil its first satellite this Friday following a successful launch and installation of the International Space Station of the Kenya Cube satellite. Japanese Aerospace Exploration Agency JAXA, in collaboration with the University of Nairobi and the government of Kenya, will deploy Kenyan satellite Cube, which was encapsulated in the 14th commercial resupply service mission.
Kenya is said to be the first country in the sub-Saharan African region to unveil a nano-satellite into space. Nairobi University Vice-Chancellor Professor Peter Mbithi terms the move as country's milestone as it ventures into space science that will go a long way in boosting growth in various economic sectors, including industrialization and environment.
Members of the press, general public, we are very pleased here at the University of Nairobi to announce that the first Kenyan satellite built by the University of Nairobi and our partners will be deployed into space this coming Friday, the 11th of May, 2018.
And we invite the members of the press, the Kenyans and the students to come and witness this historic occasion, which is a milestone in terms of the development of science and in terms of the building capacity to excite Kenyans to get involved in the study of science subjects.
The 1.2 kilogram satellite will have several benefits for the country, such as environmental and animal observation, weather forecasting, and assisting the multimedia sector in the country.
The satellite to be deployed is a 10 by 10 by 10 CubeSat. That is about 10 centimeters by 10 centimeters by 10 centimeters. And this weighs about 1.4 kilograms. But the important thing is that this is a journey we have started to develop higher capacity and to develop the technology to enable Kenya participate in space exploration and in space science. And we believe that the University of Nairobi can provide the required leadership to enable Kenyans become operators in space.
It will have capability, for example, to do earth mapping, to be used for educational purposes, to map wildlife, environment, and many other commercial activities that will be able to release and clarify as we move along. We hope that we shall be able to continue to strengthen our Earth station here at the university, as has been explained earlier, and we can also build more of these cubes so that we have a constellation that will continue to increase the power of our capacity to enjoy the benefits, more benefits of satellite technology.
Experts project that it cost about 100 million shillings to assemble the satellite, whose lifespan is about 1.5 years.
African broadcasters are being challenged to invest in new digital technologies that are able to deliver content to huge online masses, as well as tell stories from the continent to the rest of the world. Consumption of news and entertainment online is envisaged to grow heading to the future, creating a disruption which could potentially run traditional delivery channels out of business.
The migration from analog to the more spectrum-efficient digital video terrestrial broadcasting is expected to continue widening the broadcasting of content by various media outlets.
In Africa, we have incredible talent, we have incredible stories, we are insanely talented. But I think that our world has changed, because historically, you know, if you were in Kenya or if you were in Nigeria, your main competitors were other Kenyan newspapers or other Nigerian broadcasters.
And while this has been lauded, it is the delivery of this content that will be a make or break for some, according to the stakeholders who say internet adoption is at the center of it.
The internet has changed all of that, and it has basically opened up the world to our audiences. So now we have to compete with the best in the world, and we can do that, but we just have to realize that, you know, that things have changed, and basically it's up to us to continue to make sure that we give our audiences what we want, because actually, as the local players, we should know what is most relevant and what is most resonant.
Broadcasters have been challenged to invest in new digital delivery channels such as Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, Instagram or podcasts, among others, in order to expand the reach to the masses online in a fast and convenient manner while telling educative, entertaining and informative African stories to the world. The International Telecommunication Union says in Africa, 40.3% of youth aged between 15 to 24 access online content via mobile devices and are spending less time reading newspapers, watching TV or listening to radio. For regulators, the challenge now is keeping up with trends as a result of enhanced internet adoption.
But you can't regulate all content made by people on their own mobile phones in the same way that you regulate content made by professional broadcasters. So you have to both have your broadcast type content regulation, and you have to think about issues of free speech, and you have to think about issues of defamation and the ability to protect privacy. So they're very big complex questions that are not just about regulating television.
Kenya alone boasts of internet subscription of 33.3 million. They were speaking during the 5th Digital Dialogue Conference 2018 held in Dubai, organized by MultiChoice Africa.
Ketraco has launched a 220 kV 7-kilometer underground cable running from Athi River to Embakasi that is expected to provide an alternative means of power supply to Nairobi and its surroundings, as well as reduce the cost of power through reduction of transmission losses. Energy Cabinet Secretary Charles Peter notes that the line will also enhance grid stability and reliability and creating an attractive climate for investors in the process.
Kenya's first ever 220 kilovolts underground cable in the country, launched by the Kenya Electricity Transmission Company, is expected to act as a bridge through which two major projects, the Mombasa, Nairobi and Suswa Isinya lines, in the process connecting the biggest cities to the Olkaria geothermal fields. The line is also expected to offer an alternative power route and additional capacity to Nairobi from Olkaria.
So we will have now to balance. Wherever the geo, you see geo runs on a base load. So wherever we have, especially like on weekends, when the demand is low on the western side, we pump in a lot of more geo, which is very cheap. And that is what we are working on to lower the cost of power. Because without this line now coming in, the geo, which we have about 600 in Olkaria, will not be able to evacuate using the old line. But with now this one evacuating and the other one evacuating, right now we can balance on that. So most of the generators which have been running here, especially on Athi River, with the completion of this line now, the usage will go down, and even Mombasa.
The project, according to Qatar, is also expected to enhance power reliability in Nairobi, especially when power distribution partner Kenya Power completes its 220/60 kV line from Embakasi substation to the CBD and other areas around the city.
If you are buying tokens at the beginning of the month, there is a fixed charge. That is first. That the amount goes into defraying the fixed charge, and then less balance buys a unit. So if you come the second time, you get more units, and it appears like there is cheating, but there is no cheating. The regulator was there, and he explained that he is working on making sure that there is a uniform charge throughout the month. So there was no admission that Kenya Power has been extorting any money from customers.
Though the project has faced numerous challenges, including multiple vandalism incidents, its launch enables the establishment of a physical power ring around the Nairobi metropolis. The Nairobi Ring project has a rating of 1700 megawatts and involves construction of 100 kilometers, 400 kV Suswa Isinya double circuit line, and substations at Kimuka in Ngong, Malaa in Komarok, at the river and Isinya.
The challenge which we have as a country is the wave issues is about 20 billion. We are really fighting, like now, the interconnect between Isinya and Namanga, which we have gotten funding. We have not been able to assess the way leaves, and already the donors are going to pull out for doing that line to all the way to Zambia. But we are negotiating with them so that we can see what we can do.
Nicholas Ndwati, News Hour Business.
The last story brings to an end business news for today. Kato Achenga brings you the sports update. Have a good night and see you tomorrow.
Every 4 minutes is a